Today's episode is deeply personal for a lot of people, especially for those who grew up in the shadows of the pulpit, pews, and people's opinions. We're talking about the journey of a pastor's kid. Some of y'all might not understand this life, but for the ones who do, you already know. This life comes with blessings, but it also comes with pressure, pain, expectations, and judgment. And some of y'all watching this right now, you're smiling in public, but you're breaking in private. Let's keep it 100. Being a pastor's kid ain't easy. You're expected to be perfect, live holy 24/7, show up to everything, smile like everything's okay, even when you're not. You're expected to be a reflection of your parents' calling, even while you're still trying to find yourself. But what's this really like when your entire life revolves around a church? Let's find out. Imagine growing up in a world where everybody knows your name, but not because of you, but because of who your parents are. Your identity gets swallowed up by titles. That's the pastor's daughter. That's the pastor's son. You're not seen as a child trying to figure out life. You're seen as a representative of holiness. Being a pastor's kid sounds like it should be a blessing, and in many ways it is, but there's another side people don't see. See, growing up as a PK is like you live on a stage you didn't ask to be on. You're under the spotlight, not just at home, but even in church. Every move you make, every friend, relationship, outfit, comment gets watched. You gotta smile when you're hurting. You gotta clap when you're tired. You gotta act like you got it all together. It's not just about faith anymore. It's about performance. When you're a PK, life hits different. Growing up under pressure, living under the microscope of church folks, feeling like your whole life is on display, trying to be perfect even when you're struggling, feeling like you don't belong anywhere, not fully in the church, not fully in the world. You're expected to be saved before you even know what salvation is. You're expected to act grown and before you even lived your life. You're expected to be super holy, struggling to find your own identity and worth, expectations to serve, behave, and dress a certain way. Dating becomes complicated, being told who you should date, how you should pray, how you should live, no room for normal childhood experiences, living under constant judgment, feeling like your life is not your own. Friendships outside of church feel awkward, mental health issues like depression and anxiety. The church often comes before you and your needs, living under the watchful eye of leaders and congregation. Family compares you to unsaved cousins, no room to make mistakes. Life revolves around church events, rehearsals, and revival. Difficulty connected with your own parents emotionally. The pressures of not embarrassing your parents. The pressure of being judged harder than everybody else. The pressure of being a family example. Feeling like you represent the family name. No privacy. Friends judged by church folks. You battle with alcohol alone. And the hardest part, everybody's watching you, but nobody's checking on you. If that has been your story, today I want you to know you're definitely not alone. When you grow up in ministry, it's easy to lose yourself. You wonder, who am I? Or who am I outside of church? You start feeling like your identity belongs to everybody but you. Jeremiah 1:5, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. God knows you, not just your parents. Let me tell you a story of a young girl named Janelle. Janelle liked the boy from school. They went on one day, the word got back to the church, and she was labeled fast, worldly, and rebellious. But the truth was, she just wanted to feel normal. She started hiding her feelings, battling anxiety, feeling like she could never be good enough for her parents, the church, or herself. Then there was a brother named Marcus. Marcus was a perfect PK. He ran the media team, he sang on Sundays, he helped clean the church, but he never had a childhood. He never had friends outside of church because he had to be at every service. His dad loved him, but he was always too busy serving God. Marcus struggled with depression. He felt like he was invisible. When he finally told someone, you know what they said? You're the pastor's kid. You're stronger than that. They forgot he was a kid before he was a pastor's kid. Romans 8:1, there is no condemnation for those in Jesus Christ. Let's be honest, the dark side of being a PK PKs deal with addictions too. PKs deal with depression. PKs deal with loneliness. PKs get judged harder, punished faster, and expected to heal quicker. And when they do fall, the same people that praise them are the same ones that crucify them. It's heavy, but it's real. Matthew 23:27 says, outwardly you look like righteous people, but inwardly your hearts are filled with hypocrisy and lawlessness. These are the silent struggles PKs don't talk about. Whether it's depression, anxiety, addiction, or shame, PKs carry the things privately because they don't want to embarrass their family. There's people in the church and sometimes even relatives who judge you more than they support you. If you feel like me, you feel like there's no one in the church safe to talk to that won't tell your parents or tell other people in the church. 1 Samuel 16:7, the Lord doesn't see things the way we see them. People judge by the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Okay, now listen, just because you were born into this doesn't mean you have to stay broken in it. Let me give you 6 ways to break free from the pressures and start living at a 10, for real. Rediscover your identity in Christ. You're not your title. You're not your parent's shadow. You are a child of God, period. Find safe people. You need people who love you for you, not because of your last name or who's connected to your bloodline. Find a mentor, therapist, or accountability partner you can talk to. Counseling and therapy ain't weak or unholy. It's okay to get help outside of the church. Talking to someone unbiased can give you a whole new level of peace. But not just anybody. Someone who truly believes in Christ and stands on biblical principles. Proverbs 11:14, in the multitude of counsel, there's safety. Don't be afraid. Be honest about your struggles. Talk about the hard stuff. Don't bottle up your trauma, depression, or confusion. Talk about it. Addiction, depression, anxiety, whatever it is, bring it to light. God can't heal what you hide. Set healthy boundaries. It's okay to say no to church activities if it's damaging your well-being. You're not a bad Christian for taking care of your mental health. You don't owe the church anything. Allow God to be your healer. If church people broke you, God can restore you. Don't let toxic church folk distort who God is. People failed you, not God. Psalms 34:18, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. Create your own faith journey. Don't just live off your parents' beliefs. Ask questions. Do your own research. Seek truth. Let your relationship with Jesus be yours, not a performance. Philippians 2:12 says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Stop comparing yourself to the perfect PK image. You don't have to be flawless in order to be loved. Don't carry the shame of being human. God gives grace. Why can't you give yourself grace? Healing starts with acknowledging you're not perfect and weren't created to be. Have an honest conversation with your parents. Some parents don't realize the pressure that they put on their children. Now, talking doesn't always fix everything, but it opens doors. My suggestion is to seek God in prayer before you do. Be prayed up for whatever response you may get. 2 Corinthians 12:9, my grace is sufficient for you. Matthew 11:28, come to me all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. That's for every pastor kid who is exhausted. To every pastor kid watching this, you matter. If nobody ever told you this, you are not invisible, you are enough, you are loved, you don't have to live for their approval anymore, you don't have to perform to be accepted, you don't have to pretend to be strong, your life is not the position in the church, you deserve joy, identity, healing, and a chance to grow without being crushed by expectations. God sees the real you, not the version people think you should be. And I promise you, he still wants you. Your story isn't over. It's just getting started. So stop trying to live at the level they expect and start living at the level God intended. Free, healed, whole, and honest. That's what living at a 10 really means. Hey, if this message hit home for you, here's what I need you to do. Comment below. And if you can relate, drop a PK or say that's me. Like the video. It helps push this message to more people. Subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss the next episode. Share this with a PK. Somebody needs this. Many are silent about their struggle. PKs, we're not hiding anymore. We're healing. This is your firstborn reminding you that no matter where you come from, where you grew up, or what you're carrying, you can still live at a 10. Peace.